In a major decision today that it had signalled yesterday, the Supreme Court of India has stayed the implementation of the recently passed 3 farm laws by the central government. The new farm laws will continue to be stayed until further orders from the top court. The Supreme Court has ordered a 4-member committee to discuss the opposition and support of the 3 farm laws and make its recommendations. The Bharatiya Kisan Union's Bhupendra Singh Maan and 3 leading agriculture experts will be part of the panel. During the hearing, the top court has asked protesting farmers to appear before its appointed panel since they are already speaking to the government. The Supreme Court has reassured farmers that the panel will not mediate a key concern raised by the protesting farmers and will only consider all issues. However, farmers from Punjab and Haryana, let me add, are adamant that they won't accept anything other than the repeal of farm laws. Farmers have said that they will continue to sit at Delhi's borders and the decision on appearing before a Supreme Court panel will be decided later. That's the level of arrogance by the Punjab and Haryana farmers who are on protest.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट का फैसला जो आया है कि कानूनों के अमल को फिलहाल रोक दिया गया है, आप किस तरीके से देखते हैं?
देखो, उन्होंने रोक दिया है। हमारी कमेटी है, हम उसमें बातचीत करेंगे वहां पे और उसके बाद ही हम पूर्ण रूप से कोई इस पे जवाब देंगे। जो लीगल वे हैं उनसे बातचीत हम करेंगे। उनसे हमारी डिमांड ये थी कि ये कानून वापसी हो। हमारी स्टे की तो बात थी नहीं हमारी।
तो अब क्या, अगर कानून वापसी नहीं है तो क्या आंदोलन की ये आप जीत मानेंगे? 4 मेंबर की कमेटी बनी है, कानून के अमल पर रोक लगा है, किस तरीके से आप देखते हैं?
देखो, इसमें हार और जीत का सवाल नहीं है। जीत तो वही जाए, सरकार ही जीत जाए। हमारे ये वापसी ले लो, एमएसपी पे कानून बना दो और सरकार ही जीत जाओ। जीत का सेहरा वो अपने सिर ही बांध दो। भाई जीतेगी तो सरकार ही, वो वापसी लेगी तो वही तो कहेगी ना हमने जनता की आवाज को मान लिया। वे आज मान लो, वे फरवरी में मान लो, वे मई में मान लो, मानना सरकार को पड़ेगा।
हाँ, देखिए, ये किसानों की जीत है, किसानों की जीत है। माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जो हम लोगों की पिटीशन थी सुप्रीम कोर्ट में, इन कानूनों के खिलाफ ये कानून लागू नहीं होने चाहिए, उन कानूनों को लागू न करने के लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने आज स्टे कर दिया है और कमेटी गठित करने के लिए हमने कुछ नाम सुझाए थे। ऑनरेबल जस्टिस मार्कंडे काटजू, कुरियन जोसेफ और भी जस्टिस के नाम बताए गए। उनके नाम पर विचार करके आगे कमेटी गठित कर और भारतीय किसानों के जितने किसानों के संगठन है, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, उन सब के अध्यक्ष को उस कमेटी में रखा जाए। हमने कहा विज्ञान भवन बहुत बड़ा है, उसमें कमेटी जब भी बुलाई जाए, मीटिंग हो तो उनके अध्यक्षों को बुलाया जाए और उसके साथ अगर लीगल रिप्रेजेंटेटिव की जरूरत है उनके एडवोकेट को बुलाया जाए, जिससे आगे सारी प्रोसीडिंग हो सके।
उन्होंने स्टे किया है कि मौका दे किसान यूनियन को। देखो, लोग सड़कों पे आए हुए हैं, उनकी तरफ देखो, थोड़ा ध्यान दो। ध्यान ही नहीं दे रही सरकार।
Okay, I want to go across now to the Supreme Court as well as the Singhu border. Anisha is with us live. I want to go to Ashutosh first. Ashutosh, the farmers say they're not going to budge. Are they going to, they've said that they will think about appearing before this committee that's been set up by the Supreme Court. Do they have a choice in the matter? What are they saying?
Well, there is no moment of joy amongst the farmers, those who have been agitating here for last 47 days at Delhi, Singhu, Tikri and Ghazipur border, Shiv, despite the fact that there is a huge embarrassment to the government as a mega setback coming for the Modi government from the Supreme Court over these controversial farm laws. Staying the laws for the implementation, putting an embarrass, indeed is the biggest setback. But that's not giving a joy to these farmers, as the farmers what have to say. Point number 1. They never went to the Supreme Court. The farmers clearly saying the agitating unions, they never went to Supreme Court challenging the validity or the legality of these farm laws. Point number 2, they said the bringing these laws first through the ordinance and then bringing it to the parliament, it was a political decision. It was an executive exercise to pass it. Hence, the solution should come politically. That's why against an elected government, the farmers are hitting on the street, which is a democratic process and their constitutional right. Point number 3, the farmers made it very clear during all the meetings for the first 9 rounds of meeting that we have seen so far with the government. They said, repeal the laws, ensure a law on the MSP, and they will call these protests off. Point number 4, since the government from day one has been saying that there is unlikely event of, the repealing these laws, talk on anything else. Now the farmers are saying until those demands are met, they are not doing it. Again, if you see the Supreme Court hearing today, none of the representatives, the legal representatives of the farmer union were, appeared before the court. That was, again another signal from the farmers union, and they made it
They've
very
got lawyers.
clear,
There are
no
lawyers
matter how many
representing the
committees-
farmers who've been, attending these hearings. Ashutosh, the simple question is, we know the background. Are they going to appear before this 4-member committee or not?
That have been made very clear even yesterday. None of them are going to appear before these
So
committees.
they're going to defy
As
the
there is
Supreme
now
Court,
also
basically.
being question raised on the members that are. Well, they are going. They clearly said that we are not going to appear before the committee, and at the same time, many of them are also raising questions on the members that have been named for this committee, as there are many beliefs that they have written either opinion or made their stand very clear in support of these farm laws. However, at 4 o'clock, the farmers' leaders are going to hold a meet, and then there will be a press conference followed by official statement.
Okay, there will be an official statement. The Supreme Court has said that the farmers need to come forward and represent at this particular committee. Anisha, it doesn't seem like the deadlock is going to be broken. The farmers are seeing this as a success, but they're not seeing this as enough to get them to, call off their protest. This 4-member committee is already being criticized by farmers. And let me quickly clarify, these are farmers from Punjab and some from Haryana. By no means is this farmers from all over India. But what next in that case, legally speaking, Anisha?
Well, Shiv, if the farmers continue to store their line in the sand, if they continue to say that we're not going to go before the committee, then it is the farmers that are going to lose out on being represented before the court. Remember, the court has made it very clear today that this expert committee is going to look into all aspects of the laws and then come back to the court, and then the court will pass some orders. While yes, there is a big win for the farmers today, as the court has issued a stay on the implementation of the laws, there is also an indication that some of the farmer unions that are participating in the protest have also said that we have no problems with going before the committee. In particular, there was one farmer union that is claimed that they are sitting at the Rajasthan-Haryana border. They've been sitting there for several days, and they are saying that we don't have any problems with going before the committee, but we still want that these laws should be repealed and MSP guarantee should be given. So there is, of course, a chance that the farmer unions, that the main 8 Kisan unions, which are at the Singhu border, the Tikri border, and the Ghazipur border, may decide today evening. But the court has also made its indications. The CJI said we don't want to hear negative sides that you will not appear before the committee. If you had gone before the government, then why can't you appear before the judicially appointed committee? That is something the court has asked.
Okay.
So in effect now, the court has put its prestige on the line, saying that we are asking you to do this. Please do this. Please go before the committee so that we can figure out what is wrong and what can be corrected.
Absolutely.
So it is now for the farmer unions to come back, to go to the committee. The committee report is also going to be very crucial.
Well, let's be very clear that we're talking about the Supreme Court here, so there's no question of please. I mean, if they're asked to go before a committee, not doing it sends out a completely different signal, and that has its own implications. The Supreme Court doesn't request in this case. Mosmi, I want to come across to you. The Congress party looking to scale up its own agitation on the back of this protest by Punjab and some Haryana farmers. You have Jaiveer Shergill with you as well. Take us through how they're planning to do that and how they see today's judgment.
See, clearly, Shiv, you were talking about the judicial committee, that the farmers should go and appear before the committee because it's a Supreme Court monitored committee. But Jaiveer Shergill is with me, and he's the national spokesperson, also a lawyer, and he's put a question mark as far as the members of the committee are concerned.
Of course.
Even as the farmers' unions are huddled in a meeting, you're saying that the committee members itself puts a big question mark about the decision that they will make.
Let me, as a lawyer, as you said, put a first caveat. I've not seen the full Supreme Court order. So these are observations coming, the news reports coming from the media. The Supreme Court order is a classic case of glass half full and a glass half empty. On one side, Supreme Court has given a tight legal slap on BJP's dictatorial lawmaking and law-imposing mechanism. Glass half empty. Out of the 4 members, at least 3 through their written opinions in daily national newspapers of this country, have expressed their opinion against the withdrawal of the farm bills. So how can a farmer have faith in a committee where the majority of the members have already decided that the laws should not be taken back?
Are you questioning the judgment and the sense of the Supreme Court, because it's the Supreme Court has constituted the committee? And who are these three who you're talking about?
Firstly, as I don't speak on behalf of the farmers, I, as a lawyer and as a citizen, I am simply raising a question mark. Can a farmer trust a committee where 3 members have already given opinion against the withdrawal of the farm bills? And withdrawal of the farm bills is the one basic demand of the farmers. So for a mediation, both sides have to come together. These are two diametrically opposite, divergent views. How will the committee resolve this? Number one. Number two, the 3 individuals, Mr. Ashok Gulati, Mr. P.K. Joshi and Mr. Anil Ganvat, they have, again subject to factual correction, have categorically written articles, opinions that these are agriculture reform laws. They should not be taken back. They should be rather amended. One of them has even said withdrawal is out of the question. So my point is, I hope the farmers of this nation get justice soon so that they can go back to